What is happening? And welcome to another four-wheel drive talk episode. And friends, well, I'm getting back in my office. I had a actually pretty killer week. I was out in Joshua Tree filming the first outing with a RKS off-road motive trailer. This was, now of course I'm gonna have a video coming out here. Sorry, my glasses are all fogged up. I'm gonna have a video coming out here that's gonna go into a lot more detail, but boy, this was a lot of fun. It's been a couple years since I've been out to Joshua Tree, and so I decided it's one of my favorite kind of local, I wouldn't say local, it's about 2.5, 3 hours to get out there when towing, but it's one of my favorite places to go visit and camp. And so I decided to head out there with the RKS off-road motive trailer, and this was, it's not a trailer, it's a toy hauler. You know, if you have stuff that you're going to bring in, it's a toy hauler. If otherwise, in my opinion, I think this is whatever you want to make it. If you have stuff that you want to go hauling with it, you have a ton of space. If you don't have like a side-by-side or motorcycles, you have a ton of living space. And if you're a digital nomad, I was out there, of course, testing the Skylink internet, and man, that was so much fun. I only stayed in the park one day because it was such a madhouse. The last few times I've been there, never, ever have I needed reservations, and there was only a handful of people there. This time, literally, it was packed. And so the first night I stayed actually at Jumbo Rock, and then the second night I stayed at Joshua Tree BLM, just north of, it's about 10 miles out of Joshua Tree, which is pretty cool. It was a little warm, close to 96 degrees on Friday, but man, it was so much fun with this trailer. But anyways, I will stay tuned. Next week and a half, I'll release the video on that. But today, in this edition of Four-Wheel Drive Talk, we're gonna be discussing a new patent from Ford, which should make getting out of sand much easier. Now, we also have details of a very interesting overland trip that you can take in Europe that involves a rooftop tent and, you ready for this? A Porsche Taycan Turbo S. Fun! Now, this episode will wrap things up with a chat about the Hummer EV and its insane popularity. Now, all of that is in just a moment. Now, friend, as you know, every single week we put together these newsreels in small little bite-sized little news nugget, little pieces here to help keep you informed as far as what is happening in the industry. Now, of course, if we are successful and you find some value with this video, hell, you just want to do a solid, because every single time that you hit that like button, it does help the channel out with that whole YouTube algorithm. That said, my friend, let's get on to this week's headlines. Now, one of the most common ways to get your overlanding or off-road vehicle stuck is bogged down in sand. But if Ford has its way, its future trucks and SUVs might come with something built in or some built-in recovery gear to help resolve that issue. Now, a recent patent shows Ford designed a sand ladder system. Now, the interesting part is that the sand ladder system would double as a side step rather than being a separate accessory that you would have hanging on the roof or in the back of the vehicle. Diagrams from the patent show a couple of different options for attaching and unattaching the ladders from the vehicle. In both cases, it's a simple process of undoing a few fasteners or locks, using ladders to get them out of a sandy bog and then reattaching them to the vehicle again. But this isn't the only potential storage location for these sand ladders. Now, other images show them being stored on the front grille or even integrated into the Bronco doors, which I think is pretty stinking cool. Now, they say you can go overlanding with any type of vehicle. Last week we spoke about a Rolls Royce. This week, why not do it in style with a little bit more speed? And I'm talking about a Porsche Taycan Turbo S Cross Turismo with a rooftop tent on it, huh? Now, this is not something that you can buy from your local Porsche dealership. Instead, it's actually a part of the Porsche experience in fun Germany. Now, all you have to do is reserve a Taycan as part of the rooftop tent experience and sleep in the rooftop tent for a few nights as part of your tour of Germany. So, in other words, this is a vacation that is planned and organized by Porsche. Now, the cost of the trip is $2,600. Now, this is a 3-day, 2-night trip that also includes different activities and food. Now, if it sounds like a short trip, now consider the Taycan This thing has 750 horsepower. This thing does 0 to 60 in 2.7 seconds. So, friend, you're not going to have any problem getting from one leg to another in pretty quick time. Now, if this sounds like an overlanding experience that you've been waiting for, check out the description below for a link to learn more about it. Now, in some of the past episodes, we've spoken about the GMC Hummer EV a few times, but the new GMC Hummer EV is undoubtedly very, very popular. So popular, in fact, that the used models are selling way more than the new price tags. Now, the list price for a Hummer EV Edition 1 is about $112,500, but the popularity of the truck has pushed the price that the people are willing to pay, man, to way astonishing heights. Now, recently, a Hummer EV with, guys, get this, 800 miles sold for $275,000. And just a week after that, another used EV, or Hummer EV, now this one only had 85 miles on it, and this one auctioned for actually a little bit of a deal compared to the last. It was $260,420. That's a chunk of change. Now, there are very few of these vehicles available right now. As a matter of fact, only about 100 of these things have actually been delivered to customers as of March this year. So really, when you think about it, scarcity is certainly something that's fueling these crazy prices. Now, with GMC production of the EV Hummers really not at capacity, it's prime condition for people to continue paying these just huge amounts of money for these vehicles. I mean, this is a cool truck, but $250,000 for a Hummer, I don't know. You know, correct me if I'm wrong. Leave a comment below. What do you think about this? Is this just absolutely madness, or hey, is it justified? Anyways, guys, that is it. But one last thing before we go signing off, let's talk about our current giveaway. We have a Camp Mood camping folding chair. We have a Powerlix sleeping bag, and of course, $100 Amazon gift card. Now, as always, entering the giveaway is really simple. Step 1, like this video and subscribe to our channel. Step 2, leave a comment below. In fact, the more of our videos that you watch and leave a comment on, the more chances that you have to win. So get watching some other videos and leave some comments. Step 3, register on 4-Wheel Drive Talk and introduce yourself in the forum. Now, if you already registered on the site during one of the last giveaways, you're still eligible to win. But friend, as I keep saying over and over again, swing and by, say hello. We would love to see you. And friend, that is it. For complete details on the giveaway, including how to register on 4-Wheel Drive Talk and how to say hello in the forum, check out the description below. Good luck. With you guys, 4-Wheel Drive Talk episode 31 is in the bag as always. Hey, it's that time of the video where, if you don't mind, do all that YouTube stuff. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're currently not subscribed, because hey, we would love to have you part of the family. Last but not least, crush that bell so that you're notified every single time that we come out with a video just like this one, or some other cool ones, or that moto video I was just telling you about. That's gonna be pretty badass. You're gonna want to see that one. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna be actually have a dentist appointment in a whopping 30 minutes. So I'm going to be jumping on my studio, so you get out there, stay healthy, and find your adventure.